I want to keep pressing you.
Hey! Who are you people? What do you want from me?
You want the numbers, Mason. That's all we've ever wanted.
March 2020. Numbers. Shout out for the title to TTCInsider. I will put his Instagram, and he also has a YouTube channel. I'll put those both in the description. Check out TTCInsider. He's the one who made the title for this video, and I think it's great. So, how do we start? Well, we can start by saying it's a shitty month. And most people would probably start off the path about talking about COVID-19. But I'm not going to do that today. Today, I'm going to get into COVID-19, and today I'm also going to do more of a rant as well. Just about how much I've hated this month and how it's affected me. So a little bit more personal than the other ones, but at the same time I have to work in the world news to make this video make entire sense. But there's some interesting things in the mix right now, and there's, I have my phone here, and there's a few interesting things that instead of maybe what you thought I was going to talk about, I'm going to talk about something that's flown entirely under the radar, which is pretty serious. So, I can't remember what it's called, but right now there is an act going on in the US. And in the US, they are trying to pass a law to completely stop end-to-end encryption. Basically what they're saying is that this is supposed to protect children and children from predators such and such, and what they basically want to do is all these applications like WhatsApp, etc. They want these applications to be able to backdoor, they want backdoors so they can access into the encrypted information. Now, the issue of that not only comes from, of course, eavesdropping, spying, but that also means that there is open vulnerabilities for North Korea, Russia, whoever to hack into our messages. So go check that out. I'll put more information about it. I don't know if it's called the Stop It Act, the End Act. There's some kind of act going on, and they're trying to pass a law in the US to stop end-to-end encryption. And because of all this stuff going on in the world right now, this has flown under the radar, so they could try to pass this under our noses. So make sure to go check that out, and make sure to take action if you can. I'm in Canada, I can't do much, but if you can, power to you. So that's what I wanted to talk about first, because I think that's a little bit more important than what we all know, and I think that was gonna make this video have a little bit more of a catch. Now let's talk about all the stuff about COVID-19. Quarantine is number one. Quarantine, social distancing, and such. But there's some more interesting things in the mix other than just that. Trump has not really been taking action on this coronavirus stuff. He's held off on the quarantining, staying at home and such. And it's had some pretty bad effects so far, so Donald Trump's been holding off on taking any action on this. Canada, over here where I live, they've been doing some good work on it actually. They're really trying to take action, get this, make sure it doesn't spread, get it under control. School is closed for a while. Now this is going to be part of my personal rant, but for me, school has closed for a while. We're not in school. Basically, it started when March break would usually start. I know you call it spring break here. Here we call it March break. So basically, I got 3 weeks. Next week, we are going to be doing all of our stuff online. Everything is delayed. I just heard that also an NVIDIA graphics card got delayed, but iPhones, Olympics, all the events, a lot of stuff has been delayed. There's been some huge stigma as well. I know that a lot of this coming together stuff has been great. This whole thing is kind of set into motion a plan of people coming together and stuff like that. So, that's been big. But, there's still some I've seen definitely from the side of just people in general, some governments, of course, Donald Trump, been some stigma about Chinese people still in the mix, so that's really not good. Trying to quell fears, you know. I really don't think this is as big as people say it is, but you know, I feel like, you know, everybody's trying to help quell fears a little bit, and I'd say too, you know, just try to stay calm, you know. I think everything will be fine. I think, you know, a lot of this stuff is really too hyped up. Like, it just needs to calm down a little bit. The death rate is not really as high as people think it is, stuff like that. We really need to calm down a little bit. This is a big one. Because of all this COVID-19 testing and such, they are starting to delay things like cancer treatments because of this. And that's pretty shocking. I get it's a big thing, but still, delaying that and doing stuff like that is going to make it pretty bad for people who need this kind of care. And I understand that this COVID-19 is big, but you gotta sometimes make a compromise at the same time and help the people who really need it. Now, before I get into the personal part, why did I call this video Numbers? Well, of course, you know, stock markets have been going crazy. They've kind of had a comeback, but they've been going down, so there's numbers there. We have COVID-19 numbers, more people infected, more deaths, more cases, more people who have gotten better from it as well. Also, all of the hoarding and stuff that's going on, like the numbers of toilet paper, the numbers of hand sanitizer, you know, lots of numbers are in the mix of what we're in right now. And I feel, you know, it's not good. I don't feel it's good that people are taking all this stuff from the stores, that all this stuff is happening, you know. Just, it's a little bit too much. I'm going to talk about the personal thing now. This is where I'm going to take this video from world news and twist it kind of into rant. So, school changes. School is closed, as I said, for online learning stuff, and this really stresses me out. I'm in my final year of school, and I don't know what to say. Like, everything's just been stressful, you know. I feel like I'm not going to really have the sufficient help that I'd have in the classroom environment, what we're doing online, so that's definitely pretty detrimental to me. Like, all these things, they're probably gonna, if school ever reopens and we actually go back there physically, we're gonna have to go later into the year probably, which this year has been absolute shit for me. I've already told you about this in these videos. This year has been absolute shit for me, so having to spend longer in school is just gonna be even better, you know. I'm tired of this year. Like, it's just been going downhill, 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 and you know, some people say it might get better, but I'm starting to not believe that. Like, I get some things might get better, but I feel like, you know, it's just going to be getting worse and worse, and for me, it's been getting worse and worse, and there's also some pretty pinnacle points coming up in my life, and I'm pretty scared, you know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm still trying to figure things out, and I feel kind of, you know, trapped in between just the worry right now and the worry of what I'm going to have to do after. And I'm tired of this year. It's just been so bad so far, and it's just getting worse and worse. So where will things go from here? Is it going to get worse? Is it going to get better? What's going to happen? You know, I don't know how things are going to go from here. And the anticipation is killing me. You know, I'm wondering where the things are going to go with this whole thing. And this has really been the worst year in a while. You know, 2018 wasn't the best year for me. 2019 was actually started off fairly well for me, but ended off pretty rough. And you know, I just feel like this has been the worst year I've had for quite a long time. A lot of people agree around me, you know, that this year has been one of the worst years they've had in a very long time. And it's disappointing, but it's the truth. So basically, if you guys haven't seen my music channel, I have completed my 2020 diss track. Basically, I've made a rap song dissing 2020 because I hate the year so much, and it kind of talks about some of the things that basically happened during this year up to this point. Why did I make it? Well, I actually made it because I wanted to diss 2020. I've hated this year so much, you know. I just wanted to say, you know, fuck this year. I hate this year. I want it to be gone, you know, and it's just, I'm angry. I'm really mad at this year. I just feel like I actually despise this year. To finish this off, the panic attacks I was having during January and February are now over. The cause that I found was actually very interesting. I had to find it the hard way because this is what happened to me. I can't have too much caffeine anymore. I can't have like coffee or anything. I might be able to have, you know, like let's say some iced tea or Coca-Cola or something, but I can't have coffee because caffeine gives me a shit ton of anxiety and causes me to have panic attacks. So, found a cause of that. I guess in conclusion, COVID-19 has been pretty terrible. People have been hoarding stuff, making the whole situation worse, making a big stink, making everybody afraid. I don't think people should be afraid. I think this will get better. I hope it will get better. I'm not sure. I'm just saying the COVID-19 situation. I don't think this year is going to get better, but I think that situation is going to get better. And I just feel, you know, it's really hyped up way too much, and more than it needs to be. So, you know, I think that this year is gonna be not really gonna get better. I think that all this stuff that's been going on with COVID-19 is just COVID-19 stuff, you know. Stores are closed, we're indoors, we're not going out, you can't really do much. So, you know, and people have to stop hoarding. I think people need to calm down, and, you know, that's all I say, you know. Don't hoard stuff, don't, like, try to get everything out of the grocery store, don't try to price gouge, don't try to steal hand sanitizer, you know. Just keep calm, and yeah, that's all I can say, just keep calm. I feel everybody's getting way too hyped up over this. Keep calm, remember the encryption stuff, that's really big. Shout out to TTCInsider for the title of this video. And that's in March 2020, so quarantine, places closed, people still like taking a whole bunch of stuff from stores, hoarding, lots of fear, the encryption stuff, and just issues in general, you know, with my life, you know, worried about what's happening with school, schools are closed, stuff such as that. So that's March 2020. That's all I can say. Goodbye.